He's raised more money than any other potential Republican candidate for president, and he's ahead in many polls. So Jeb Bush should be popular at the CPAC Conservative Conference, but he faced a mixed crowd, having to react to some booing and heckling, while some pointedly walked out during his Q&A session.
Well, first of all, for those that made a ooh sound, is that what it was?
Well,
I'm marking them down as neutral, and I want to be your second choice if I decide to go beyond this.
Down on the show floor, many traditionally conservative causes are on display, such as gun rights and small government. The crowd here is younger than the average Republican, and it's easy to find those who aren't excited by the prospect of a third Bush presidency.
I wouldn't support Jeb Bush for president.
I just feel he's just, we need a change.
People don't want another Bush, I don't think. And I've met him, and I've seen him in person, heard him several times, and just not impressed.
It's not just the feeling of déjà vu either. Professor Lara Brown of George Washington University says Jeb Bush has taken several positions that a lot of conservatives don't like.
He's been both more liberal on immigration issues. He's also been in favor of things like the Common Core. And now what you can see is there's been a great deal of backlash over sort of that level of consistency or federal mandating of education and curriculum.
With elections still nearly 2 years away, other candidates are starting to make a showing. Governor Scott Walker topped a poll in early voting state Iowa this week, popular for his anti-union action in his home state of Wisconsin. Libertarian Rand Paul is also popular with many of the students here and is doing well in some early polls. Chris Christie, meanwhile, was seen as an early frontrunner. At CPAC, though, he was on the back foot.
If I decide to run for president, I'm not worried about what polls say 21 months before we're going to elect the President of the United States.
Christie may be right not to read too much into the polls at this early stage, and CPAC attendees do tend to be to the right of much of their own party. But after establishment figures John McCain and Mitt Romney failed to win the last two presidential elections, more radical voices in the party may find it easier to be heard in 2016.